everybody, it's Lily. I thought that I would just check in really quick for a brief Camp NaNoWriMo Week 2 update and recap. So Week 2 did not go quite as well as Week 1 did. I will be the first to admit that. I think I ended the week somewhere around 15,000 words, and I should have been up at just about 20,000 by the end of the week, if I was on track with my 40,000 word end goal. And part of that was because my family decided to take a trip down to Charleston, South Carolina. It was my younger brother's spring break, and my mom wanted to do something, so we were out of town from Thursday until Sunday. So I was out of town for some of those days, and I guess I could have written while we were gone. I did bring a keyboard attachment for my iPad, but I just wasn't feeling it. And to be quite honest, starting on that Wednesday, I was starting to feel like I needed a brain break. So I actually didn't write for 5 days, which is why I am quite far behind at this point. But starting on about Wednesday, I just felt like I needed a brain break. I'm sort of at a point in my novel where I'm not quite sure about the pacing, and I'm not quite sure how to string things together. I kind of know some events that I think need to happen in order to get us to the end, to the climax, and then to the resolution. But I don't really know what goes between those moments, how to kind of put them together in a way that's interesting and engaging and not boring people to death. You know, I don't want to go through my main character's day-to-day business because that would be really boring. But then again, I'm not quite sure how to incorporate these other events in a way that doesn't seem kind of jarringly sporadic. So I did send what I have of my story to both my mom and my dad. My dad, because we actually both enjoy reading kind of the same types of books, the same genres. So I thought he would be a good judge of being able to say, well, you know, this is working, this isn't. You might consider these ideas and, you know, formatting it this way. Just because he kind of knows the genre that I'm trying to write. And I also sent it to my mom because she's always been kind of like my editor. She used to be a journalist. And I just kind of trust her editing skills, and I think once she has read the story, we've kind of brainstormed parts of it together already, that she will be able to kind of help push me in, you know, any direction at this point. It would be helpful. But I trust both of their opinions, so I kind of at this point feel like someone needs to read it, and for me to be able to kind of bounce ideas off of them so that I can get through that last push to get to the end of my story. I still, even though I'm behind, I still am hoping to get those 40,000 words written by the end of the month. And hopefully my goal is still to finish my book by the end of this month. I'm about 5,000 words behind, but I did the math, and that only means I have to write about 400 extra words a day, bring me up to about 1,700 words a day instead of 1,300. So, I mean, it's just a little over what you have to write for regular NaNoWriMo, so I still think it's totally doable and that I could catch up, which I am hoping to do. And I think I just need to write things down, even if maybe they don't go together perfectly right now. I think just getting it out there, getting to the end, and then going back is what I really need to do at this point. So just pushing through. Doesn't matter if it's perfect, doesn't matter if it has all the kind of nuances that books have at this point. You know, it's just a first draft. Let's be honest. First drafts, I think it's encouraging when I always see things from people saying, you know, the first draft is as bad as your book is ever going to be, which is sort of depressing at the same time, but, you know, it can only get better from there. And I think what's sort of, not depressing me, but, you know, when we read books, you see the final product. And it seems so perfect a lot of the times. Like, how did they knew exactly what they were doing. You know, they had all these subplots and twists and things built in, and they knew exactly what they were doing, when we don't see these authors' first drafts. And I'm sure, you know, some write things down, you know, have a great idea about where their story is going from the beginning, but I'm sure their first draft looks nothing like what their final product ends up being. And so it's kind of disheartening to only see the final product because we don't realize how much change the book went through before it got there. So it's a bit heartening because it makes me think that I can get there. It's just a matter of getting the story down on paper first so that I can actually get back and, you know, edit it to where it needs to be and where I want it to be. I think once I can go have the whole story written out, and then I can go back and look at it as a whole and get a better grasp of exactly who these characters are, what the story is. Hopefully I'll be able to nuance it and string it together in a bit more eloquent of a way. Right now it just seems a little clunky, which, you know, as I said, it's a first draft, it's fine. I've just been working on it for long enough that I'm like, okay, we need to get to the end. You know, we need to go back and make this a bit better. So, you know, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, so I'm about 5,000 words behind. Think I can catch up. It'll just take a bit of dedication and hard work, and hopefully I will be able to say at the end of this month that I have written a book. So, yeah. So just a really quick writing update for this Camp NaNoWriMo. Hopefully this week will go a little bit better than last week. I think it will. I think now that I'm just kind of come to terms with the fact that I can't hold myself back with wanting this to be perfect the first time through, and just writing down these scenes, even if they don't necessarily go together perfectly right now, and just getting it down on paper, and, you know, getting past needing it to be perfect, that I'll be able to push through, write it down, and get this done. So really excited about that, and hopefully I will be able to stick to that. Happy writing and good luck with camp if you are participating. See you next time. Bye.